We continue with our rolling coverage of the massive train tragedy in Odisha. It's almost 24 hours into that deadliest attack that India has witnessed. Three trains colliding, and where we are broadcasting right now from is the very place where the accident took place in Odisha. Roughly around 6:59 late last evening is when Shalimar Coromandel Express actually derailed. About 17 coaches of the Shalimar of Coromandel Express derailed and fell atop the goods train on the right hand side that we'll try and show you. I'll try and show you. On the right hand side is the goods train, and that's the locomotive which went atop the goods train. Now this happened around 6:59 in the evening. Minutes later, another train, that was the Yashwantpur train, which left from Bengaluru and was on its way to Howrah, collided with Coromandel Express. Now three trains colliding at the same very place, resulting into this massive tragedy that we are witnessing right now. Even 24 hours into it, the rescue operation still continues. Right now, as we speak, one of the most challenging aspects of this rescue operation is to basically remove some of these mangled remains of these bogies, because that essentially is now acting as an obstruction to this entire rescue operation, because right in the middle of it, where most of the locals could not go in, or the agencies that came in initially, they couldn't actually venture inside and extricate the bodies, or hoping if at all there would be any survivors. NDRF is not perhaps very, very hopeful at this point in time that there would be any survivors right in the middle of it. But what they're trying to do right now as we speak is use those gas cutters and dissolve the metal and use these cranes that you have seen, the Indian Railway cranes that have been brought in to try and remove the bogie, so that it gives a clear access to the middle of the very place where the bogies are. So once again, you've seen the engineers have been brought in. They are using those gas cutting machines that are still being used as we speak right now, and that's going to be that's being done in almost in all places. Let me just quickly also go across to my colleague Niranjan, who's been reporting from the other side. Niranjan.
Well, we are, we are at the last, perhaps, site where the rescue operations continue, or the efforts to extricate bodies continue. This is perhaps the last point, and this is what engineers told us of both the railways and NDRF personnel who've been at it for the last 24 hours, that this is the last challenge for them, and this is that one location from where they hope to find more bodies. They haven't been able to make a breakthrough in this particular region, in that particular area, because they have to cut through the metal. They have to cut through the metal and find the remains, and that's what they plan to do. And while I do that, let me also tell you that this is another bogie here, Shravan. This is another bogie which has been completely mangled, the mangled remains of a bogie. And this is where the Prime Minister came when he landed. The Prime Minister came here. The Prime Minister came here. He landed here, and then he came here, and from here he went to that location. He was exactly where the efforts are on, where the NDRF teams are, where you see them right now. He went there, he got a first-hand view of the situation. He spoke to some of the engineers, and he came back, and he also sat there in that canvas, and he got a full lowdown from both the ministers who are here, both the union ministers, Dharmendra Pradhan and Ashwini Vaishnav, and they gave him a full lowdown of the different tracks that are at this station, the Bahinaga station, which is right behind where Shravan is right now, 100 meters behind him, and to my right, 100 meters from here is a crossing. So he got a full lowdown of what went wrong, the different tracks, and he sat there for 25 minutes. He was here for about 25 minutes. The Prime Minister spent about 50 minutes overall at this site, after which he left for the Balasore Medical Hospital. So that's an update.